Hi everyone, welcome to a show full of tea
and mystery.
My name is Hailey.
I'm Melina.
I'm Dannah.
And I'm Edeline.
And together we are Scary Gossip.
Shh.
And today's episode is going to be a little serious. We're going to be talking about some famous serial killers. So the first one that we're going to be talking about, his name is John Wayne Gacy. He was an American serial killer and sex offender who tortured and murdered at least 33 young men and boys between 1972 and 1978 in Chicago, Illinois. He became known as the Killer Clown due to his public performance as a clown prior to the discovery of his crimes. While under police surveillance, Gacy is seen handing a package containing a drug to a gas station clerk. Gacy is followed, then arrested. Police are told Gacy already admitted to his lawyer that he committed maybe 30 murders. With Gacy in custody, Des Plains Police and Cook County Sheriff's Office investigators obtain a warrant and again enter Gacy's one-story ranch-style house. Police accuse Gacy of holding Pice, I think that's his name, there against his will and threaten to tear up the floor to find the teen's body. Gacy denies Pice is there, but says he was forced to kill a man in self-defense and buried him under the concrete floor of his garage. He leads investigators to the garage and, with a can of spray paint, marks the place on the floor where the body is buried. John Wayne Gacy, was on death row for 14 years and he was executed.
The second serial killer we're going to be talking about is Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper was a mysterious serial killer who lived in London in 1888. No one really ever found out who he really was. His crime happened in a poor area called Whitechapel. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but yeah, there was 5 main victims believed to be Jack the Ripper: Mary Ann Nicholas, Annie Champagne, Elizabeth Try, Catherine Endoways, and Mary Jane Kelly. I'm sorry if I pronounce any of these names wrong. Is that I'm not really good pronouncing names, but yeah. However, many people believe there was actually 11 victims because there were other murders in the same area around the same time and which had really similar sign as the other victims. But there wasn't really proof that to be officially connected them. So that's why they wasn't really count as his victims. People know that these women were his victims because they were killed in a very similar way. The murder usually happened late at night and the victims will have their throats cut out. Many of them also has really serious injuries to their bodies, which showed that the serial killer really knew how to use his knife, or he got any surgery knowledge. But yeah, the murder suddenly stopped after Mary Jane was killed. And that was the way that they knew that there was a serial killer. And since nobody really ever found out who he was, people believe that he's either he stopped because he was dead or he just decided to stop. But as of right now, that was one of the most mysterious serial killer, and he was also one of the first one that ever known in history, one of the first serial killers.
The third serial killer I'm going to be talking about is Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy was a serial killer who would kidnap women, use their bodies, aka and then kill them. He would frequently visit his victims' corpses and use their bodies over and over again until wild animals around the area would destroy their bodies until he couldn't use them anymore. He confessed to 30 murders, but there was probably 100 more. There are theories that he also killed men, but nobody knows if it's true or not. He got caught and escaped 2 times, but after the second time that he escaped, he got caught again. And yeah.
Yeah. There wasn't a lot of security by that time.
What year was it?
I don't know.
Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
Okay. Last but not least, the last serial killer we're going to be talking about is Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer was known as the Milwaukee Monster due to the fact that he was a serial killer and a sex offender, and he killed 17 men between the years 1978 and 1991. His victims, he usually went for young black gay men, and basically what he would do was he would lure them into his apartment, and he would kill them and then eat their body parts. And basically one of his victims had escaped and reported him, and he went to jail, and he was serving for 999 years until he was killed by one of his other inmates.
What would think about this?
Pretty
I don't know.
traumatizing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like all of the serial killer are kind of nasty because I forgot to tell you, but one of the victims. So I remember when I was doing like reading about him, I said that three of the victims, he took all of the organs inside out, and she was like, the way like they found her body, and it was like cut off, and it was really nasty. And honestly, I feel like all of the serial killers that we're talking are really nasty because they have done really nasty things with like their bodies.
Yeah.
It was like he was performing surgery, but like he didn't like stitch them back up. Like it was just open. Yeah.
So honestly, I'm really like this is really scary like to talk about because the fact that these are real people, like we see, like we obviously seen movies about people killing people and all that, but when you really get to think about that person, like people just like us are able to do this kind of things, make you think a lot about humanity.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Have you guys heard that there's like apparently a serial killer in New York, like active?
My mom was telling me about that.
He only goes after girls, right?
Yeah, like
Oh yeah, if y'all like around 20 to 30 years old, you should be worried because most of like the women that the serial killer have killed are around that age.
They haven't caught him yet.
no.
And there's like supposedly like bodies in the Hudson River. Yeah.
It's like apparently like I think 6 or like 5. I don't know. I don't know the exact number. I just know there's like I don't know.
Yeah. So Miss Snyder, be careful.
Thanks, just me. Wait, what age you said?
20 to 30.
But yeah. Well, this is all for Scary Gossip. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Remember to subscribe and like this episode, and let us know in the comment about other serial killers y'all hear about or y'all really like this story, and what y'all found interesting about this episode. Bye.
Bye.